Hey everyone, hope you're having a good day. Thanks for coming to the channel. This is my first video on YouTube, so sorry about the quality. I'm doing this on my phone. Not worried about quality in general. I want to make sure as many people know as possible with possible common kind of unknown issue with Ender 3 V2s. Okay, and that is directly related to bed leveling. If you can't get your bed level to save your life, join the club. So I've had my printer for about 2.5 years roughly, and for as long as I can remember, I haven't been able to get it leveled. And it's gotten to the point, it just continuously getting worse. It's gotten to the point where it's starting to affect how big of prints I can actually level or print, because rather than being able to utilize 80-90% of the print bed, I am basically limited to a small section depending on how I level it, right? And I got tired of it. Now, as many people know, Creality is not known for their quality control, and the kind of, it does the job. This is the stock board or stock bed. It does the job, but being a thin sheet of metal, prone to warping, right? Especially with the 4-point levels or leveling. So I did some research, found a company called Gulfcoast Robotics. They apparently are fairly well known. Obviously they make beds for Ender 3s. So that stock bed is 3 millimeters thick. This bed is 6 millimeters thick. Thought myself having a little bit of common sense, thinking, okay, a thicker sheet of metal is going to be less resistant to warping, right? And 3-point leveling, awesome. The problem I had with the leveling, for the most part, with the stock bed is that one corner, doesn't matter really which one, but one corner would always be lower than all the others. More commonly this one here, but I could compensate with the screw downs, right? The leveling screws. At any rate, I ordered this bed and the 3-point carriage that they also sell. Okay, got it installed. Thought my problems were solved until I decided to do the leveling. I use a Zero Touch with my Sprite and a Sonic pad, and still same problem. Right, it was the bed itself was a lot flatter, so that helped a lot rather than having like hills and valleys in the stock one. But still problems. I reached out to Gulf Coast Robotics, and shout out to Brett at Gulf Coast. He is a champion. He responded within an hour with a possible solution. He sent me a TikTok video of the problem that they've been experiencing as well, and it was pretty much the exact issue that I was having. But I didn't think of why it was happening, and that is because of the this guy right here, the Y extrusion, the 4040 Y extrusion. It's the part that the bed rolls back and forth on, right? So the problem here, because of Creality and their infinite wisdom and not actually trying to do good quality control with all their products, this guy is warped, and I can show you guys. It's not supposed to do that. What it's supposed to do is this. Not move. I'll get to this guy in a second. So what this does, what this causes with it being warped, is when it's connected with those screws, right? It's kind of off kilter a little bit. So when the bed moves across that extrusion, like back here, it could be flat, and then up here it could slowly start to tilt, right? This is a little bit of exaggeration, but you guys get the gist. At any rate, so Brett at Gulf Coast, he let me know. He sent that video and everything. He also gave me a recommendation to go to enderextender.com. As far as I can tell, they are the only manufacturer in the US that actually makes stock machined Y extrusions for the Ender 3 V2. By machined, I mean the ones with the getting the holes drilled. Now, by all means, you can buy these guys 4040 extrusions from Amazon and such without the holes. You can drill and tap and die the screws and everything. I don't have the experience, the tools, or the confidence to do that myself, so I went ahead and opted for that. I will say, not necessarily cheap. The part alone is about 25 bucks. That's fine. The shipping is what gets you. Your mileage may vary. About 25 bucks to ship it. So $50 total roughly to get this part. And it took about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks actually, just to get it. At any rate, I have the part. I'm not worried about it. I'm gonna get this installed. I'm gonna test the leveling. I'll pause the video and I will be right back. And here's hoping this fixes the problem. Thanks, guys. Give me a moment. Alright, everyone. It's been a couple hours. Took a little bit of a break, but I was able to get it as leveled as I possibly can. I haven't done any sort of like the paper test or anything like that, but I've just been using the bed level, right, the CO Touch. Granted, with the Sonic Pad, I realize some people are not a fan of it, but it works enough for me. I know the video on my phone may not be super high quality with the contrast and everything. However, I have to tell you, this is the closest I have ever gotten. Whether it's been with the CR Touch, whether it's been with Octoprint, what have you, right? The regular BL Touch with the the stock screen on the printer, etc. This Y-axis extrusion that I got from extender.com is great. For the 50 bucks, like, it saves a bunch of hassle, a lot of stress, everything. Now, I'm not going to go too far into all the different upgrades I have on my printer, but I do have an X-axis linear rail. I have a Y-axis linear rail system there. I did try the roller balls that normally come on the Ender 3 V2, and for whatever reason, it was doing what I was talking about, where like one corner would be lower than the other, but with this new extrusion, it wasn't this corner that was lower. It was actually the back right corner. This corner was actually higher. For what the extrusion itself, I realized it's still a little warped, but not nearly as bad as as the old one, right? So, if you guys are having bed leveling issues and you can't get your bed leveled to save your life, even at least to this, I mean, you might be able to see the right there example, maybe in the corner there, all that. It's very minute in terms of all levels. Like, you're never gonna get it 100% unless you go with something like what the Voron printers have or whatnot, right? Where there's no actual leveling screws. It's all like based around the motors. I don't know the whole specifics on it, but in all honesty, I personally feel like a 0.6 to 0.06 to 0.01 difference is pretty damn good. I've leveled it. I've done this test a few times as well. At this once I've got everything squared away and everything, I've got my bed at 60 degrees. I can try it again at 65, 70, etc. Because I know some of you will prefer to do PETG, etc. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I really think that this was the fix for it. If this gets enough views, if anybody actually watches it, and you want more content, you want more testing with it, by all means, let me know. I'm always down to try and help make sure the community gets more information on what possible issues there might be, etc. If I'm being honest, this printer is a great little, starter printer, especially if you like to tinker, which I do. I mean, you can clearly see, like, it's not a stock Ender 3 V2 anymore. I've got the stand upgrade, or the feet upgrades, all that. Obviously, I've upgraded the extruder, I've upgraded the rail system, everything. I've got the, upgraded silicone cushions there, the metal the knobs, not the plastic ones. And of course, I'm not going to show the whole thing because my office is a bit of a mess. But I did do the IKEA enclosure upgrade. It was a little bit of a pain in the butt to get that working, but I got it. So it's not perfect, but it works for me, and that's what's important. So, alrighty, guys. If you have any questions, just by all means let me know, and I'd be happy to try and answer them as best I can. Thanks, and have a good one.